celebrity in the house. This is greatness coming on this show right now. I've been okay. I just have to say this. I have been up half the night. I really have, because I've been really excited. I mean, I had first we had our queen, Mama Hightower, on. And then, just she comes on every month to give us those financial goodies to know. And then you come across greatness. And like I told you earlier, I was a little bit on the fence with Clubhouse way at the beginning. But now it's a golden opportunity. And this golden opportunity happened right here, where this wonderful lady, and I know she took time out of her schedule to say, Barbara, okay, I can be there to come with you. Mrs. Perry, the queen, Diamond Queen Perry, Pam Perry, is going to be gracing our stage this morning. And I just have to tell you, let's get ready for this queen. This lady is my mentor. I told her that before. She has a room every night. Well, I think on the weekends, almost Saturday and Sunday she has. I wish she would. But she has it Monday through Friday, and she needs the life. But every night, 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Central, because I'm Central time, so I got to remember that. And I set my alarm. I set my alarm to make sure that I'm in her room in Clubhouse, because you're talking about getting some good information about branding and marketing and just understanding yourself. It's just more than that. I mean, she gives you so much more. She has so many other leaders come in to talk about that. Very important. I'm always talking about, I'm a really big component about putting yourself out there. Now, I teach about social media content and especially with women in business. And when I met Pam, I said right there, she's my mentor, because she was talking my talk. She was bringing in the people that was talking the language that needs to be, that you need to put yourself out there to know who you are, what you're doing. She is the wonderful publicist and a publisher of speaking magazines. She's an award-winning, did I say that again? Award-winning communication professional, okay? She's a mentor, she's a speaker, she's an author, she's a co-founder of Digital Business Acceleration. And after you work with this lady, some of her clients have been featured on. Have anybody heard of CNN? Have anybody heard of TBN? The World Network? Okay, if you haven't heard of those, I know you heard of Oprah Magazine. And if you haven't, then your head's in the sand. I don't know where you're at. Tom Joyner, Essence Magazine, Ebony, the list goes on. Black Enterprise. I know. See, this is what I'm talking about. So if you haven't heard enough of that, I don't know what's going on, but see, what can happen if you meet this lady. You get to, I like bringing people on so you get to know these wonderful people. And then guess what I ask you to do? Reach out to them, because they can make opportunities for you, but you have to invest in yourself. So with that said, we're going to bring this wonderful queen on, but I have to do it the right way. I just can't just say, here you go, here's Pam. Let's bring her on the right way. Here we go.
Barbara, thank you so much.
Oh,
you were snatching some stuff from Facebook or IG. I don't know what's going on.
I always tell people,
thank you.
I feel like I have permission.
That was a surprise. That was a surprise.
I'm glad I surprised her. So I hope she likes this, and I hope she doesn't get mad at me.
That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah. But I always tell people, when things are on Facebook and social media out there, I feel like I get permission, because it's out there.
Yes, it is. It's out there. It's out there. Social media, it's all in it.
Uh-oh.
Another game changer for my head.
Uh-oh, you froze a little
Can
bit.
you hear me okay?
Yeah, you were freezing up a little bit.
Did I? Okay. I was just saying social media is a whole nother game changer. It is. For OG publicists, seeing people now, they are their own editor, they are their own photographer, they're their movie producer. It's amazing. It's a whole nother thing.
I know. I've been taking on like this show right now. I mean, the videos and everything, I've been doing those lately. I've been producing it. So I know about being that one shop, but I know you have to start somewhere, but you have been teaching me through, Clubhouse and bringing people on that you have to start creating your team and start going to the next level. So I'm loving what good, nuggets that you give us in Clubhouse. But speaking of that, so before we go into all that, lady, you are just brilliant. I just have to say, I was reading your bio over and over again. I was like, wow, I want to be like her when I grow up. I want to be like Pam. So Pam, can you hear me okay? Because I know you froze up again. Uh-oh. I think we lost her. I think she might have to come back in. Let me remove her. Okay, see, that's technology of its greatest, huh? We go in and out. So yeah, so I just want to say, like, I was just going to ask Pam. Let's see if she's back in, because I know her sometimes the internet. Okay, I think she's okay now. Pam, you okay now?
Yes, that is it. I'm on 5G now, so hopefully that one works. I have an extender. You have a 5G. You got the regular. I mean, internet is the currency right now. That's the thing. Your internet bandwidth is the currency. So yeah. So I'm back. You have different ones that you have to do. Is that good?
I know. That's good. I can hear you good. Yeah, we're better now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I was just saying, I don't know if you heard me, because I know that is that I wanted to get more into, like, how you started, because you're just, I look at your celebrity to me, but I always tell people it always took this journey in your life to get to, where you are, your passion, whatever purpose that you had. So can you tell a little bit about, the Pam before the Pam?
Pam before Pam. Well, it's this thing now where you're a publicist, and I was trained to be a publicist. I knew I wanted to be in advertising and marketing when I was in high school. It was always my bend. It was always my gift. That's what I love to do. And that's what I mean, even in any organization I was in, there would be a person that would be the president, the vice president, the secretary, and then there was that other person that was the communications person or the PR person or the director of marketing. That would always be me. I mean, down the line, even in churches, with the church I went to, they would have like a Women's Day speaker, a Women's Day committee chair, and I would be the person that would be the promotions. Always, it was just like that was just natural. It was like I can promote. So get to school, go to journalism school, go to Wayne State University. After I leave there, I work at the Detroit Free Press, and I stayed there for 7 years. That sounds like a really long time, but I was like afraid to quit the job. I was like, you get one job and you just stay there forever, right? I was like, this is it. This is a good job, right? I'm working at the Free Press. And something happened where they had a joint operating agreement and they offered me opportunity to take a buyout. At this time, I'm not even 30 years old. And I'm like, a buyout? You're going to give me money to leave? I've been really wanting to leave for a long time because I knew there was something more. I was like, I'm going to get a lump sum of money to leave. And I did. And I decided I want to go into working with broadcasting.
Yes.
And I said, I want to go work in the broadcasting industry. So I went to go work with a radio station, several radio stations, to learn the broadcasting. And I was writing commercials. Well, before at the Free Press, I was a stringer. I also sold advertising. I wrote copy. I helped design ads. Then I worked in radio. I worked with clients. I helped them write ads. I even voiced some ads, commercials and spots. Just trying to find my bearing, because at this point I knew I liked media, but really wasn't sure what area. And then I also was running a nonprofit at the time. It was Blacks in Advertising, Radio and Television. I built that quote unquote brand, and I really liked that part of like the nonprofit. And then because I really liked the nonprofit area, I started working in that area because I felt that I had an epiphany one day at the radio station. I was like, I'm selling air. I was like, I need to do something more with my life. So I really did. At that point, I made an intention to really make a shift. By then, I think I was about 30. And I said, I need to make a shift because I want to do something meaningful with the skills and knowledge and experience that I have in terms of marketing and media. And I became the director of public relations for the Salvation Army. Perfect for me. Stayed there for 7 years. Really loved it. Did great work. Was running my other nonprofit on the side, Blacks in Advertising, Radio and Television, which really encouraged Black people to get into communications. And at that point, it was just kind of like, this was good. 11-year shift, got married, had a baby. And I said, there's something more. And I went at one point to go work with my husband, Perry Marketing Group, married Mark Perry. And I worked with him. I was the vice president of public relations for his company. They were doing automotive, and I wasn't really keen on automotive. I wasn't really keen on his clients. I could do PR. That was not a thing. I wasn't just passionate about what I was doing PR for. And the business closed. Auto industry took a nosedive. He went to go work for a major Black advertising agency. His client was Ford. He loves cars. And I said, I think there's something more for me. And I remember God spoke to me and said, start your own company, Ministry Marketing Solutions. Did that. And it's been 21 years since. Now, it wasn't all roses during that whole time. The first year, every year, I was like, maybe I should go get a job. Maybe this isn't right. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God, I don't have any clients. People don't understand me. I don't know why. I was just crazy the first few years. And Barbara, my first book was this little booklet right here. It was called Quick and Easy Ministry Marketing Solutions and 115 tips on how to brand your ministry. This was like in 2002, I believe. This little book, I sold thousands of copies, but that got me in front of a lot of churches to speak to them about how to market their ministry, African-American churches on how to market their ministry, and eventually became like pastors who wanted books. And I helped ghostwrite some books. I helped them produce books. I helped them promote books. And that's where it really kind of started. And I found my lane as a literary publicist and really started teaching about publicity. That's it. That's how it started. That's how it's going.
That's it? That's all. Oh my God. You went through a journey of.
And then the magazine. That's the other thing. Because I love printed things. Yes. That. Because again, I like speakers. I like authors. So things like this, there's a lot of people that, that need shine. And I create these tools. Social media is one of the ones. It's a digital and a physical magazine. So one of the things that I do is just really promote my clients in different publications like that. I still do books. This is Chicken Soup for the Soul. It's one of my, I want to send you one of these copies of this book too, Barbara. So give me your address, Chicken Soup for the Soul. It's a Black women share their truth, 101 stories of love, courage, and hope. So one of the things, I just love helping people share their message. If they're passionate about their message, I'm passionate about helping them promote it. That's it. That's really it. So I don't feel like a celebrity. The people that I promote are the celebrities. I just happen to be the person that helps them get out there, which is the name of my podcast, Get Out There and Get Known. So yeah, that's it. I love this cover too.
I love, well, see, I call you a celebrity because, you had to get to a certain point in time to say, you know what, I care about these people. So I want them to, reach out there and people get to know them. So that's why I call you a celebrity, because we wouldn't be, you're the tool, you're the one that's driving people to say, hey, get on these magazines, get out there in the media. Tell them about your stories. Like you said, you deal with speakers and authors, which I'm loving because, I'm both. So I'm already in your wheelhouse. So yeah, so that's it's so important. So Pam, I wanted to ask you, because just to let you know, I'm excited too, because I think it's in November. Cheryl Wood. Another wonderful lady. I'm going to be in SpeakerCon, one of the speakers. And she did give us opportunity, and I'm going to be in the magazine speakers.
Yes. You guys are, that's a takeover issue. That's
Yeah.
a special takeover issue. You call it the takeover, where it's like the Sherwood edition, right? And all of her speakers are going to be in there as well. So that is a special issue. You'll have physical copies. You can even get a big blow up of it. And if you're at the conference, you can take pictures with her with the blow. I mean, that's a big deal. It really is. So we're doing press releases and publicity around that whole thing about SpeakerCon. And I love Dr. Sherwood. She was on my podcast about a month or so ago. Saw her after COVID, this whole thing. She came to Detroit. So I hadn't seen anybody in so long. So that was the first person I actually saw without a mask in a long time.
I love, without a mask, right? I mean, I don't even see, it's just sad that you can't see smiles anymore unless you do stuff like this. Like if you're on Zoom or anything, you're doing an interview. And then I'd love to see the faces and everything. But yeah, I'm really excited because first I always tell people the universe works in a lovely way because
Yes, she
is. Yeah, because I was going to reach out to you because I was getting ready. I was getting my I guess someone say it like this, my coins ready, because I tell people invest in yourself. This is not free, it's a fee. So I said, I'm going to get my coins and then go to Pam and say, okay, Pam, bake me, put me out there, put me in your next. And then I got, connected and being a speaker with Cheryl. And then when she brought the opportunity to us, she's like, oh, I have something for everybody. And I was like, that's Pam.
That's it. That's the takeover issue. And that's one of the main things that really is good. Brian Oles was one of the first one that did that with the Black Speakers Network. He's like we're the official magazine, the Black Speakers Network. So at his global summit, when he had that, he actually did all the people that were part of his summit were in the magazine as well. Wow. So it's like a catalog because one of the things about me is that you never know who I know or who you know. So a lot of times I'll take these and I'll mail them out to different people in the media or different conference hosts and things like that. And they're looking for different speakers. And they might say, oh, okay, Precious Williams, that person, so now they have it actually in their hand, or it may end up in someone's doctor's office or you never know where printed publications end up. The what they call the pass along value is typically maybe like 5 times. So someone may have it and they pass along 5 times. So it's not just the circulation, but the pass along value as well. So yeah, that's why I love magazines. It's not my first magazine though, Barbara.
I know.
I had 2 before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I love this one because I love but see, like you fell forward. But I love how you basically said, you know what? And this is what I always tell, other people that I talk to, especially my clients, is that look for your niche. And you've been finding your niches. And you didn't say like the first time around, you're like, well, okay, this didn't work so well. I mean, you just kept going until you said, you know what, I'm finding my niche here. I'm trying to see exactly where I want to be in the media world and with the magazine and who I want to really basically help. So you went to your speakers and all, which we needed. Now, Pam, I was going to ask you, if a person is starting off, like just starting off with the speaking and, they just wrote their first maybe ebook or something like that, what would you, advise them to do far as, you being the publicist and moving to the next level?
Get their foundations right. So publicity is like the whipped cream and cherry on top. So I always say, get your foundations right, because once you are out there, if people come back and to your home, your digital home, your website, that needs to be together and your systems need to be correct because you are a business. It's not a popularity contest. You are there to serve and sell something. And so I had a talk yesterday with the client that I'll be taking on in the fall, and she's a fashion designer. And one of the things that she said is like, ooh, I can't really do a lot of major publicity, like maybe getting her garments and things like that onto celebrities, say if it's one of the Kardashians, right? And it gets millions of people going to her website. Will she be able to deliver? So she had enough sense to know that, yeah, publicity is good. And if you really start working with influencers or celebrities and having them endorse your products, will you have enough products to really sell? And so one of the things I always tell people, I says, you get ready, you work with me, you're going to get out there, you're going to get a whole lot of calls. First of all, if you're working a full-time job and I say, oh, you have a TV interview during the day on a Wednesday, are you going to be able to take off work? I mean, so, people have to think through those things, because when you're ready, you got to be ready. When you hire publicists, you're charged with, like, they are helping control and shape your image in the media. So you can't say, well, I can only do interviews on Friday afternoon after 4 and then on the weekend. Well, hey, what day is it today? Today is a Friday in the morning. Okay, so if you can't do interviews but Friday after 2 and on the weekends, well, you're gonna miss out a whole lot of opportunities. So I tell people, I said, think it through, your strategy, what it is that you're capable of doing, and what it is that is the capacity for your business. What is it that you're selling? A lot of people just want to be seen, and I said that's high school. That's what you do when you don't have a product to sell and you just want to be seen. I said, but if you're in business, you really do need to know that publicity is part of the marketing strategy. It's part of marketing. So it's an ING, it's a continuous thing. Publicity helps people warm up to you so that you can make the offer to sell something. And what I sell my publicity services. I have a brand accelerator course. I have a membership course. So when I'm on different platforms, it's not like I'm just here like, oh, I'm just chit-chatting. No, I don't mind chit-chatting, but part of your time that you're going to do is that it's really putting people towards what your solution is for your business, why you're in business. And a lot of people don't know that. So I help people get clarity. I help them get clarity before we even start the publicity.
And I love that, because it's so important. I was just, you were saying that, Pam, I was just thinking about me in a sense as an example, because I do this, I speak and I help women. I coach them on social media, but then I also have a 9-to-5 job during the week. So
okay, yes.
And then I was thinking, I'm like,
okay, so it's only so much time that you could use, right?
Yeah, because the time that I have the time for my job, I do that, but then everything after that is very important, that I have to always make sure, because now it's like, okay, now this is my time for my business, and I have to make sure that every minute counts, every minute that I'm putting into it. So it's important.
That's what they call a dualpreneur. A friend of mine, Madam Tara, Madam Money is her name. She calls her name Madam Money, and Tara, she talks about being a dualpreneur, like a person who has a full-time job and a person who works in their business. So they have dual things. She calls it a dualpreneur. She used to do a conference, and last year she was going to have a cruise, but obviously that got canceled. But yeah, it's a really good thing that a lot of people are doing that, because if I had years ago when I was working in corporate, if there was an opportunity for social media and the things that we have right now, I don't know if I would have started a business, because you couldn't work the job and do the business because there was no internet that was 24/7. I didn't even have a way. I mean, I started in 2000, so there would have been. So, but today a lot of people can be a dualpreneur. A lot of people can work their job, have a website, have online programs, do podcasts. There's a lot of things that you can do after 5 o'clock, and then it'll continue online indefinitely. And so that's just amazing to me when I find people that don't take advantage of the opportunity, because I didn't have it when I started. I mean, I had to start old school. I mean, Barbara, this is like one of the things that I used to sell at the very beginning. Remember these?
Yeah.
CDs, right? These were CDs. I sold a lot of these. And this was like build a platform for success. And it was really like a marketing 2.0, really explaining about how to use the internet and how to leverage that for your business. So yeah, it's when I look at the changes that are going on, I get so excited, because I remember how I started. And I was like, I was selling CDs and little booklets and things like that. And now it's turned into people can stream on Roku and Amazon Fire and Apple TV and YouTube. I mean, those things, people have to learn how to leverage those things.
Yes, they do. Really they do.
And they need a coach to show them how, so that they're not all over the place, because there's too many options.
Yes. I'm so glad you said that, Pam, about having a coach. A long time ago, I was like, and that was me being naive. I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can look at some things on, I call it Google University and YouTube University, and go there and learn some things and just type in whatever, and I'm good. No, 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 no.
YouTube University is good for the beginning so you can know what you don't know. But if you really want to know, you need to go.
Yes, because they have to take you through the process, and they
Yes.
have to, do the step by step, and then they're with you through all the way. So you're doing the right, like you said, clarity, like you said earlier. And
Yeah.
what I love, I think what I resonate with me with you too, Pam, is that you just don't just say it, but you show it. It's like you walk the walk. The old saying, talk the talk, and you have a heart for people. I mean,
Mhm.
you give so much value, and you just say, what, I'm here for you, I'm here to serve, here to help you out. I mean, you do have a business too. I'm gonna tell everybody that. That's why I'm putting her information down. If you want her, in your life. But I love how you just have that heart, because you really care about helping people. So
One of the things too, people have like their guiding scriptures or whatever, the things that really resonate with you. So a lot of people will say these other kind of scriptures about love and this and that, or purpose and that. Mine is my people are destroyed by lack of knowledge. And that is like, yes, we're not destroyed because the devil tried to do this or what. They're destroyed by lack of knowledge. So my thing is to really make sure that people are, especially my people, Black people, know better so they can do better.
yes.
And that is so key. So what makes me angry is my passion. When I find people that don't do things right in terms of marketing, that, I mean, I'm going to be that person that's like, I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna say, listen, that's wrong, that brand is off, this is, you don't do this, this is the way, this is, I can't help, I cannot not do that. It doesn't even matter if someone hands me a business card when we were out doing the networking person to person, and if someone hand me a business card and I look at it and it's like, who did your cards? Where'd that logo come from? Why'd you use those colors? What is this? I don't understand what your business is. What are the, and they're like,
I know, they're like,
nice to meet you. It's like, what do you do? Marketing and PR and branding. And this card is off. Or the vice versa. If I see a card and say, oh, this is really nice, I like the texture of this paper, it's gold stamping, and I'll go into them like, how do you know all that from just looking at it? I said, well, that's what I do. I'm into that. So it is whatever makes you mad, that's your passion. And it's like you're called to really correct it. And that's what I do. Yeah.
I love how you took that concept. Whatever you're just really just like, that is your passion, because you want to change. You just like, this has to change. This is not working.
You're called to change it. It's like you can't not do it. That's what you're called to do. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Pam, because I know time goes by so quick, but I just wanted to ask you two other questions. Well, first, if a person wants to work with you, like on one-on-one, on a consistent basis, would they just, contact you? How would that work?
They would have to fill out an application, because I really want to just gauge where they are. This is the thing. I have a system. So I don't just jump on the phone with everybody, because that would just really be way too much. So really what they do, they go to pamperrypr.com. They hit the products button. Okay. They'll see which one fits them. I have different programs. I have one-on-one. I have depending on what it is. And so they would fill out the application. Then my assistant would say, okay, we're going to look at this. Do we set up a time? Give them a schedule link, and they would set up a time, and we would go through what they filled out. All right. So that we can see if we can really help them. A lot of times people will fill out, it's like someone the other day, and they had like a movie that they wanted me to help them with. I don't do movies. I don't do movies. I do PR and marketing for a lot of things. I don't do movies. I'm not the person, but because I have a wide network of other PR colleagues and things like that, I know someone who could help you. I don't do work with like medical professionals, doctors, dentists, chiropractors. I could, but that's just not me. But I know someone else who has better media contacts in that area. I don't do health and beauty. That's not me. I'm not a health and beauty person. I use health and beauty products, but I don't market and promote it. So a lot of times you do have to make sure that people understand, once they fill out the form, it's like, okay, then my assistant will send them a note back and say, Pam's area expertise is A, B, and C. You might want to maybe start in her program, Ready, Set, Go, Speak, just overall general program. or here's another publicist that will probably be better suit for you because that is their area of expertise. Hers is really authors and speakers, this and that. And I don't do all books. So I don't do, paranormal. I don't do thrillers. I do inspirational books, things that make a difference in people's lives. I think books should be life-changing, not just entertainment. So, yeah.
That's all. I love how you like you said, you vent, you basically say, okay, let me see what fits, for you, and then all what fits for me. Because like you said, I might not be the one to help you get to that level, but I can, steer you the right way. So that's good to have that. I think everybody in their business should be doing that. That's
yes.
good,
But some people just jump on the call and they talk to everybody, and that's not. I mean, one of the things, I don't do a lot of things in my DM. I tell people to go to my website. It's a real business, with a real branded email, and just send me an email. I jump in my Instagram and say, hey, I want to know if we can talk. Well, then I will give them the link to actually go to the site, to actually fill out the form so we can have a conversation, because it's guided. It's a system. It's a guided conversation, because I know about 5 or 6 questions I need to ask you in order to pull out the information to know if I can help you. So if we just get on the phone with someone, they'll start telling you their backstory and what they did and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I get that. How can I help you? How can I help you?
Like you said before, clarity. We just need to know this part.
Clarity. Oh my God. That is everything. Clarity is cash.
Clarity. Yes. So now, Pam, one more question, because I know you've been on Clubhouse. That's how I found you.
Yes, I love Clubhouse.
I was going to ask you, because that's a good strategy too. So what is like your mission with that? Because I know you come on 5 times out the week.
Yeah, I have different clubs. So the main club is speaker, PR, and branding. And that goes obviously with going with speakers, right? So I help speakers, PR, and branding. But a lot of the speakers, different speakers have different topics that they want to talk about. So they come into the speaker, PR, and branding, and we kind of talk about the topics that are passionate for them. So right now, well, before my brand accelerator, I would come on every night and talk about branding and PR, branding and PR. So now my speakers in my brand accelerator, they're leading it. And so every night, Monday through Friday, in the speaker, PR, and branding at 9:00, they are taking their topics and they're pairing off, whether it's Letitia and Yolanda or David and Dexter or Demirius and Rodney. They are all taking different topics and talking about their passion in the mindset of speaker, PR, and branding, because they're really shaping their image in the marketplace. So that's what we're really talking about there. Have another club, the Speakers VIP Club. And that's really, we're interviewing like the cover girls or the cover guys of the magazine. So they come in there as well. And then there's a Ready, Set, Go Speak Club as well. So anyone in my Ready, Set, Go Speak Club, they can start their own room in that club. So I really do it very strategic. I don't start a health club, and I don't have a hair club. I mean, it's speaker, PR, branding. That's what it is. Those are the areas. And I go into other people's clubs. I was just on Nicole Roberts Jones' club this morning. Her club is called Bankroll Breakfast. And so I was in there this morning. And so, a lot of times, you'll find different people that vibe with you. And so I was in another club with business women entrepreneurs, and so I really like it. And now Clubhouse has where you can message people directly.
Yeah,
that is really cool. Yes, in the back channel. So so I can give people, when they say, hey, I'd like to talk, I can give them the link from the website and say, hey, fill this out, we can have a conversation. Yes, so it's so cool now. Yes,
it is so cool. And I love everything you're doing. And this is the biggest word too, is like clarity and being strategic in what you do. And I was just saying that about Clubhouse in general, that, that's why I was on the fence, because everybody was running to it and people were on it for 24 hours. And I'm like, how are you spending your time all in there?
No, I just need 1 hour.
Yeah. And I love how you do that. You even if we go over, because I know sometimes it gets really good and people are talking and then we go over just a little bit, but you always gauge the time and say, okay, we're good. Let's, close out. We'll be back tomorrow. And you have to manage it well. And you do that really well. I was going to tell you.
Thank you. And, I like it because you don't have to get up early, put on lashes, put on makeup. You could just be like in your house shoes, in house coat or whatever, and just like, let's just talk. So it's a game changer. That audio, I mean, Twitter has its own type of Clubhouse now, and so does Facebook. So you can see that when the big guys try to emulate them, that it's probably going to be around for a while.
Yeah, it really is, and it's morphing into a lot of different things. So I tell people all the time that's part of getting yourself out there and meeting the experts. I mean, there's people coming on just like you and other people that you'd be like. I mean, I was in the room with Grant
Grant
Cardone.
Cardone.
Yeah, he was in. I mean, I'm just like, and I've been. I think one room I was in, Snoop Dogg was, and it was like 12 o'clock at night, and they were talking about marketing, and I was like, what? So
That's
yeah, you
it.
never know what room you're gonna walk into. You'd be like, wow, this is
That's true.
different.
Kelly Wright was in our room not too long ago. The journalist, TV journalist, Dr. Willie Jolly was in our room. Satori Secure was in our room. We had someone yesterday, Dr. Keisha. She was for MSNBC. She was in the room. I mean, so you really do get to speak and talk to them, and it's a cool thing because there's people that we wouldn't meet on Facebook, right? You just see their posts, but you can't talk to them. So yeah, it's cool. I love it. It's a new way to communicate, especially in the world where pandemic hit.
Yes.
It's a great way for people to connect. So I really do encourage people to get on Clubhouse. You don't have to get on every day, 24 hours, but have an opportunity to go to follow different clubs and just do that one club, and that's all. But don't be that person that's like, I'm not getting on Clubhouse. You know, that people say that about the internet, right? Look where we are. So I'm not going to do Twitter. I'm not going to do Facebook. I had a cousin, I remember, I'm not going to say her name, but she was like, I am not getting on Facebook. I am not getting on Facebook. And every time you look, she putting up pictures of her little grandbaby, what her children are doing. She's on Facebook. This is how she keeps in touch now. But I just remember we were at a Christmas dinner and she was arguing to me about Facebook. I'm like, okay, all right, boo, fine.
You said, we'll
be
see.
that person.
Because they say you can't be closed. You have to be
the
open.
World changes.
Yes,
the world changes. You have to change with it if you want to stay relevant. You know, I'm 61 years old. And if I didn't have a mindset to change, I would not be relevant today. So doing different things is a part of it. Yes, you can be consistent and you also have to rebrand and reinvent yourself. And that's so important. Because if you just say, well, I'm just going to stay doing things this way, you're going to be like a dinosaur and you'll become irrelevant. So you have to change. You don't have to jump on everything, but you do have to be aware. I do TikTok. Now am I a TikTok queen? No, but I know enough about it to do a little something on TikTok, right? The reels, whatever. It's changing. You just have to change with it. And eventually, hey, who knows? Maybe I'll have an app, so there's an app for that. So, you have to change. I love that about people who are what I call early adopters. I'm an early adopter.
Yes, you are. And I'm glad that you're paving the way for everybody to make sure that they do need to be relevant and need to be out there. So, Pam, what I want to do for you before you sign off is I usually take myself down for a minute and just let you, whatever you want to express to close out. And then we'll just, we can get your information again. I have it down there and then we'll be done. So I'm going to take myself down for a minute.
All right. Well, I just want to say, if you are ready, set, and ready to go, to speak, to get out there and get known, I invite you to go to readysetgospeak.com. That is a program that will take you through soup to nuts on how to build your platform, how to really get publicity, how to publish, how to podcast, a lot of P's, right? So you go to PamPerryPR.com. You'll find out more about me, what my background is, to see if can I trust this lady? Yeah, I've been doing this for a minute, but the program is called ReadySetGoSpeak.com. It's a monthly membership. You can stay in there as long as you want. You can stay in there indefinitely. And what's in there is monthly. I meet with you via Zoom just to check in with you. And also to the digital course of the Branding Accelerator is in there that really takes you to give you that clarity that I'm talking about. So that's one of the things that I'm very, very passionate about, that people have clarity and know who it is that they're called to serve, and then how to best position that in the marketplace. So if you're interested in that and you're a speaker, you have something inside of you that you really want to share, you want to know how to monetize that and really publicize that, go to ReadySetGoSpeak.com. I'm Pam Perry. That's it.
Thank you, beautiful queen. You are just so lovely. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for taking the time out today to come on the show. And I will make sure that all your information, I tell people, look at the information, take advantage of this. Invest in you. Invest in you. When you invest in you, then you're investing in others because you're making yourself better for the world. So
Yeah,
thank you for coming on again. And hopefully I can get you back, when maybe another time.
Well, one of the things too, I have some great guests that will be great on your show. So any of these people will be really good on your show. So I'm not without people.
Bring them on. I could be, little, if you want to send them my way, we are glad to have them on the Diamond Factor Experience show to give them even more exposure.
I think you know this guy.
Oh my God, we've been talking. Me and Roger.
So those are the people that I will bring you. That's the caliber of people. Those are the people that are like the Energizer bunnies.
Yes, I love the Energizer bunnies. We need those in the world. Okay, Pam, I'll see you tonight.